Okay guys, so today what we're gonna do is we're gonna open the two hives up. They're both active, not crazy active, but they're both pretty busy. These guys a little bit more so than those guys. You can kind of see one or two bees coming in and out, but not really busy. We're gonna check them out and see the situation of hive beetles, whether they have enough room, whether I need to put additional frames in, whether they need to be fed, and then their general disposition, which I dare say is not going to be real happy. Okay guys, I can expect we're going to have the heat probably really hit this camera, but I'm going to try to get you as many shots as I can. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I've got the full suit on today because I think they're going to be sassy. Let me show you what it looks like down here. Yeah, see, these guys are getting on the crawling through the bottom there. That's obviously something that's got to be addressed. Oh, I see. Look at all the hive beetles. Wow, look at all the hive beetles. See, they're trying to isolate those hive beetles. So that's not good. Let's see. They've been busy with the propolis. That's good, I guess. They've been sealing it off. They hadn't been doing that previously. I was able to just pull it out with no problem. But now, this time, they've really got her sealed in there. Maybe they're planning for winter or something. Oh yeah, look at all the propolis. Oh yeah, so I can see, maybe you can see too, that they have, oh, these are the, wow, look at the hive beetles. Whoa. Yeah, that's got to be addressed, doesn't it? Whoa, okay, we got a big issue with hive beetles. Now, my mentor told me that the hive beetles would create a slime or a film on the frames and like destroy I don't know if they destroy the honey in doing that, exactly what that is, but that's what I'm going to be looking for. This should be all honey. Although I do see brood there. Don't know why I'm seeing brood. This far out on these are the Langstroth hives, remember the converted ones? And we specifically put those out at the end because they had honey on them. And we were looking, I will knock them off and completely remove that this time. Yes, I will. Oh. Very unhappy today. Very unhappy. I would say I've probably been stung 5 or 6 times already. Very unhappy. Good thing I wore the whole suit today. Just smart, I think. But look at the size of them. They're actually pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, so let's take out this next Langstroth hive, or frame. Yep, come right out and bang against me. I don't know if they would be stinging me or trying to. Wow. When I say very unhappy, I'm not actually kidding you. Yeah. That was, I wouldn't say that that was Africanized angry, but I would say that that was very angry. Yeah, certainly the most aggressive I've ever seen bees, honeybees. Now they've sort of settled down. I mean, you can see they're still obviously very active, but they're not seeing me quite as a threat that they were just moments ago. Wow, did you? I hope you caught that. I hope I caught that on film. I mean, that was, woo! They really came out of there very unhappy. So they're not doing a lot, frankly. You can see them building some comb here. They're bearding. We can take another frame out and just see if they react as badly as they did the last time. Maybe not, because the last frames, those frames were big, right? I mean, they were, it let a lot of light in. I'm thinking they may have been reacting to the massive amount of light that was all of a sudden just released into the hive, whereas now there's actually quite a bit of light, so maybe they'll be a little bit less reactive this time relative to the last time. But no saying. Once again, quite reactive. Yeah, see, they really haven't done much, to tell you the truth. I don't see a lot of positive development here. This is the last frame before the feed frame. once again, quite unhappy. Not crazy, but I'm glad I'm wearing my suit. Take this off. Take this out. Wow. They should have used propolis to put this thing in even. Yeah, see where they put the propolis? Okay. Seeing nothing productive really taking place. Which is just the opposite of what I saw over at my mentor's place, where they were queenless and they were producing everything except for brood. That looks like it may be a bunch of honey, but it does look like there's something going on down there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's these big dents or wells in there, like almost like there's damage. But who would do that? See if I can get a better shot of that. See what I'm talking about? Like down in here, these wells. Look at the dent. Look at how it's not even. I don't know what that means or why that is. Well, I have to open it up a little bit more because I have to put this apistan. I use this apistan for the veromites. I've got to slip down in between here. So I'm not necessarily going to take these frames out, but I do have to open them up. I'm wondering if I should pull out one of these frames because I don't see any capped honey. I don't see any brood. What I see is what I think would be a problem. These wells that I'm seeing. There is absolutely nothing in any of these cells. Nothing. Honey on this side. Again, this indentation. Nothing, oh, some brood, yes, brood. Do I see any cells? Or do I see the queen? That would be interesting. Very little brood, so it makes, but that sort of kind of makes sense. Here's a superseded cell. Do you see the superseded cell? But I don't think there's anything wrong with that. They seem to be very small bees. So I'm not sure, are they getting ready for winter? More brood. They're unhappy. Is that the queen? No, I don't think so. She's not big enough. So, according to my mentor, we don't want to disturb the brood frames. The brood frames are important. The other frames doesn't matter quite as much. Okay, I'm going to take out this frame simply because I, again, see a hole. Can you see that hole? And I need counsel from my mentor on what that hole means. Really doing nothing here. Nothing. Oh, a little bit of brood right there. But my mentor told me that that could be a problem because apparently if there is no queen, then what happens is that some of the females will just start laying, but it'll make no sense. They'll just be sporadic. And that mess right there does make me wonder whether that's indicative of I don't know though, because we did have brood on the other. Boy, aren't they agitated? I mean, let's be serious. I don't know what right looks like, but this is not consistent with what I've had with these bees previously. Let's put it that way. They are much more agitated than they have been. And I think that's true in the dearth. But, you know, I almost want to say, you know, dearth is relative. The hill is filled with food. So a dearth of what? A dearth of water, ain't no doubt about that. Yeah, see these holes with quite a number of hive beetles. I mean, I don't know what bad looks like. I mean, I don't know what a bad infestation looks like, but there's a lot. Okay, so I'm placing these varroamite, you can see it down below too, strips in here. They just hang. I'm placing those down in here as they put this back together. Oh, you know what? This isn't gonna work. Darn. See, what I wanted to do was I wanted to get rid of these two frames. These two, the Langstroth frames. But in order to do that, I need to remove all of the frames so that I can lift this extension out. Well, I guess I won't be doing that again this time. Okay, guys, so you saw what the friendly hive looked like. I can't imagine what the swamp rats are gonna do, but they ain't gonna be happy or docile, I can promise you that. They have propolised the stick that goes over the feeder. They had propolised it to the top of the box, so it came off with it. Oh yeah, they're really, man, they have propolis. Oh my heavens, let me show you. Yeah, look what they did. They propolised see just the bar that goes over the feed trough. They propolised it to the top of the box, and then look at the depth of the amount of the propolis right there. So they may not be doing anything else, but they've. Oh, I think that's our first hive beetle that was caught in the Swiffer. Number of dead bees. But they don't seem to be quite as active, agitated. You pick the word. Oh my God, look at this. As the other box, to tell you the truth, which is interesting. Let's see what they're doing in there. Whoa. Again, not doing a lot. I don't know what it is. Look in here. They haven't touched this frame. And that one, they're starting to, of course, build comb off of it. But again, I don't see the production. Interesting. Thus far, I have not had the level of agitation from this box that I got from the last box. And the last box is my friendly box. Or at least has been. These guys have a lot more hive beetles in them than the other guys. And the other guys, it wasn't small, but these guys are much worse. Oh yeah. Yeah, these guys. Oh yeah. What do you do to kill hive beetles? I was told the Swiffer would work, but the Swiffer does not work. Okay, this is the next day, back up at the bee boxes. I apologize for sort of the halting language or speech pattern in this video and in some of the others as well. You got to remember that I'm brand new to all of this, and so as I'm going through it, I'm trying to process what I'm seeing and then problem resolution. And I'm not really, frankly, focused on the presentation to the camera of the information. I'm really sort of just trying to get my own act together. Anyway, you know, as I get more experienced, then hopefully I will have the time and the luxury to be able to consider more the presentation of the information. But anyway, I just wanted to say that. So my mentor told me if I wanted to tell, as a little experiment, whether we were in a dearth, I should just take some of the sugar water, because I am going to feed them today, and put it down to a little container. You can see I'm wearing my full get-up again because of what I experienced yesterday. So I just poured some into the cap there, and he said just leave it for, you know, it doesn't take very long, and if all of a sudden we get a swarm of bees on there trying to grab that sugar water, then that is a great indicator that you are in the dearth. Now, as I have already mentioned a number of times, I just never know whether I've actually included it in the final edit of the presentation there, or the video. But all of this purple is giant ironweed, and it is allegedly a very good source of pollination for both the honeybees and butterflies. And I can see quite a number of butterflies. I'm sure the bees are down on them as well. So there is quite a bit of food about, I think, but we may be in the dearth. So I'm just going to do this little experiment. I'll bring you back after a little bit of time lapse to see if in fact we get bees swarming onto that little cup. All right. I wanted to show you the craziness that I've seen inside of the hive. When I pulled out the feed trough, they were bearding all underneath it as though they were, it looks like they're trying to build comb under there. Certainly hope not. They haven't been doing anything else really productive. Why would they be building comb underneath the feed trough? But let me show you this. Well, I see no bees out at the little experiment we put out there, but check these guys out. Look at them just cover that little feed trough. Ooh. Maybe there'll be happier bees tomorrow. Okay, now we'll go over to the swamp rats. You know, I don't know if it's important or not, but I think you can see that even when they swarm around me and seem to be sort of agitated or aggressive, I try to just continue with a sort of calm disposition. I'll just back away from them to give them some breathing room, but I don't know, for some reason I just think that they would respond better to just a calm and deliberate approach. I don't know that they can process information that well, being an insect, but anyway, that's the sort of theory. That's why you see me taking this sort of very low-key approach when it comes to dealing with them. Now, they are really happy. The Italians, I call them the Italians. I think they're both Italians, but the Italians seem to be very happy. They weren't in the rest of the box. As soon as I put the food in there and that sort of thing, they went right to it. I think they're going to be, maybe we'll kick them back into their docile state. So we'll see. Anyway, let's see what the swamp rats are doing. They were calmer yesterday than these guys were, so I don't know. We'll see. Very few bees on this side of the box were agitating about. Take the bar off, the feed bar. Forgot my hive tool. And they're back at their propolis making propolis. A little bit more agitated today than yesterday, but not horrible. But yeah, a little bit more agitated today than yesterday. Okay. They don't like me right this second, but they're going to like me in a second. Once they discover what I've given them, oh, then they're going to love me. Interesting. These folks weren't as quick to occupy the feed trough as the Italians were. Now, I'm sure they will. Oh, look at that darn hive beetle right there in the feed trough. If he comes up top, I'm going to grab him. Crush him. Good. Oh, let's see. Now with this bee here, learning that it's there, it'll start maybe doing the wiggle dance and telling the others, hey, the Shoney's is open and ready for business. All right. The free ride is on, boys or girls. There you go. That is what the hives look like today. All right, thanks for spending the time with us. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for sharing. We really appreciate it. It's all a good learning process for us, and we hope that it is for you too, as you endeavor to persevere, as they said in The Outlaw Josie Wales.